Hello, I'm going to start by asking you a question. Are you living your best life? This is a question that often gets asked, and this expression of living your best life is so popular, so common. You see it everywhere. And I would like to invite your contemplation on this subject today. I'm Rama Krishnan. I'm the founder of Full Bloom Lotus Center for Self-Awareness, and this is my channel, Raise Your Vibe with Rama. Basically, in this channel, I bring up questions and contemplations for us to think about, and through the thinking through of which would raise our vibe when we begin to look at it deeply and allow those reflections to make deep changes within us. So, coming back to the question, are you living your best life? Let us look at this closely. When people ask us, are you living your best life? Where does our mind go to? Does it go into our best life, or does it go into the best life of someone we think is leading a great life? That's the point, because when we talk about leading your best life, we are usually so impacted by the lives of those around us. We see someone having a great time. Someone posts on social media a picture of going on vacation, or somebody receiving flowers or gifts or recognition, appreciation, fame, wealth. All of these things that make us think that our best life is what they have. Give me a serving of what she has or he has. But really, what we are looking at is their outer life. And their outer life may be good, but their inner life, the real life behind the scenes, may not be good. And that is why so often we see people who we think are having the best life going through difficult issues, very often killing themselves or attempting to end their own lives. So, what is the best life? When we start looking at this question about leading your best life, and we see that this expression, while it is an important one, and we need to keep this in front of us to inspire us every day, we need to have some discernment. Who is this question being posed to? Is it being posed to the ego? Because the ego will then say, I want this, I want that. But the ego does not understand that the best life is not a one-size-fits-all. Even though we may have what somebody else has, it may not bring us joy. And even though very often we have what we thought was going to be our best life, we land there and we still find there is some emptiness. Something is missing. And many of us have gone through that. I definitely know I have gone through that very often. Going to a place or accomplishing something, attaining something that I thought was going to make my life become great. And then I get there and I find it is hollow. And there is a reason for this, because when we are chasing the best life as decided by the ego, which is coming from a place of competition, coming from outside in, it may not be what is really in alignment with our soul. And that's why when we look at the soul and think about best life, we allow the soul to take the lead. And that's a completely different story. When it is the soul that is taking the lead, it begins to understand that it is a best life that is meant for me at this time, this version of me at this time. And this kind of unpacking, unearthing takes a little more work. It takes a little more focus. Many spiritual teachers have talked about this. Florence Scovel Shinn, she was a spiritual teacher, writer in the 1920s. And she talks about how each life has got its own divine design. The Bhagavad Gita, which is even more ancient, that comes from the Hindu tradition, there is a beautiful quote in there that inspires me all the time, where the teaching says, it is better to do your own dharma imperfectly than to do somebody else's perfectly, which means it's better to live the life that is meant for you than to try to live another person's life because it looks glamorous, it looks great. It's not going to bring us joy in the long run. Maybe in the short run it will, but in the long run it doesn't give us joy. And many of us have found that we followed careers, choices, countries, marriages based on what the ego needed. And then we start asking ourselves, how can it be a best life when it's not what was right for me? Well, it's never too late to change. It's never too late to get aligned. It's never too late to start exploring and trying to align ourselves towards leading our best life. Because ultimately, our best life is not a place you go to. Our best life is one that you come from. It has to come from deep within us. And when we align ourselves with that truth, that authenticity that belongs to our soul, everything else will fall into place. Relationships start working out. Money starts flowing in. And there is so much clarity that starts to occur. So here are the things we need to do towards moving towards our own best life. First step, self-acceptance. Florence Scovel Shinn, I'm quoting her again, she has this beautiful quote where she says, all our work has to start with one stand that we need to take, and that is, be happy that you are who you are. Be happy that you are just the person the universe made you to be, because there is only one of you, just like you on this planet. Just like we each have our own unique fingerprints, in the same way, our own combination of head and heart and emotions and mind and talents, this particular combination that is you, was made for a reason, was made with an intention. This is not an accident. This is an intention. So, the first step is self-acceptance. Just the way you are right now, whether you are a teenager beginning your life, you are in your midlife, or you are in later half of your life, it doesn't matter. Just where you are. Let us start with self-acceptance. Self-appreciation. Appreciate yourself just the way you are. And know you have been made the way you are. And this version of you as you are right now exists for a reason. So that's the first step. The second step is trust. Many of us, we do not trust the universe. We operate from fear. We operate from past traumas, past disappointments, past wrong turns that we took. We say, I cannot trust anyone anymore. And so we have to work on rebuilding that trust. Time and time again, maybe just saying, I trust the universe. The right thoughts, the right choices occur to me. I am led in the right direction. I am guided in the right direction. I am guided in the direction that is just right for my soul. This kind of affirmation, this kind of repetition helps us to use one of the powers that we have as human beings, and that is the power of our word. No matter what the past thoughts and emotions are, when we use our word intentionally, that word is more powerful than the automatically arising thoughts and emotions that are the baggage from the past. We can overcome the baggage of the past by using these affirmations and rebuilding faith in ourselves and trust in the universe. As we begin to do 1 and 2, which is unconditional self-acceptance and reclaiming our connection to the universe, rebuilding our trust in the universe. The more you trust the universe, the more the universe shows that it is worthy of your trust. We are surrounded by an energy that is far bigger than we realize, more magnificent, more mysterious than we realize. But we can invoke the help of that power. And in order to do that, we have to build a bridge. And so that's the second step. Build a bridge towards something bigger, more magical, more mysterious, and more supportive of you than anyone else on the planet. So that's the second step. The third step is to spend time with oneself, looking deeply within with curiosity, with openness. There is a quote by Carl Jung where he says, "He who looks outside dreams. He who looks within awakens. Your vision will become clear to you only when you look within." So that's the direction. That's the third step. The more I accept this is exactly who I am supposed to be, and this point in time where I am in my life, regardless of how I got here, what mistakes I made. No, we start with this point that I'm starting is the perfect starting point. The universe is supporting me. I am ready. This is the right place. And then I go into the third step of exploring, maybe journaling, going on long walks, asking the universe, tell me, make it so clear to me that I am left with no doubt. What is my purpose? What am I supposed to do at this time? How can I make decisions that will align me with my best life? And so, as we start moving and as we receive insights, we follow up on them. One step will lead to another. And as one step leads to another, we attract opportunities, we attract friends, we attract connections. And slowly and surely, as we receive these, and I'm going to do another video soon on receiving, as we begin open to receiving and trusting, what will happen is that we slowly, one step at a time, begin to live our best life. We begin to look back and we find ourselves happier, more fulfilled, more whole, more peaceful than we have been in the past, ever in the past. Maybe that's our best life. Our best life is finding a place of deep joy, deep gratitude, deep wholeness. And we do this by following our heart one step at a time. The great Joseph Campbell said, follow your bliss. And that's what he meant. Following your bliss is following what brings you joy, because only you, your heart, can tell you wherein lies your best life. So let's start your journey today. Start the journey today and start making your way towards leading your best life. I hope this helps you, and let us continue on this journey. Let us create a very happy life for ourselves. Share this video, like, and invite others to join you on your journey towards your best life.